blessings, beautiful souls. Saravá Axé to you. How are you today? It is so nice to be looking into your beautiful smiling faces. I put my hand up this morning for kid drop off because I've got one little one at home sick today with a very red and sore throat. So I needed to go via the pharmacy to pick up some bits and bobs because she's not coping with the natural remedies that I'm doing at home at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. And so I'm out and about and it's a very wet, dark and rainy day, which by the way are some of my favorite days, and I'm just huddled under a tree here. Check me out. And I've just finished dropping off my baby girl at daycare and now I'm heading to the pharmacy. But today we're going to keep it simple and I want to do a witchy book haul for you.
I was on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door.
Okay, so it is so dark here today that I have absolutely every single light that I have in this space turned on right now. So I must burn through this video really quickly because, as you know, I'm off grid. We rely heavily on solar panels and having all of these lights on is a huge challenge and will end up draining those batteries. And I don't think we're going to be seeing the sun today. So let's get through this super quick, understanding of course that this is a necessity to like power through this. It's not because I'm trying to rush, it's because I need to rush. So we're looking at a witchy book haul today. Since the time where I evacuated due to the fires and all of that hullabaloo, I made a few mad dashes into the city where I acquired a few books. Two of those books are here right now. This is Besom, Stang and Sword, and this is Dreams Underfoot by Charles DeLint. Now this one here was gifted to me by the beautiful Lynn at the Page and Cup. It's one of her favorite authors. She's like, you absolutely have to read this. So I'm very excited for that one. And this one here is co-authored by Tara Love Maguire. So Christopher Orapello and Tara Love Maguire created this book here. And if you don't know who they are responsible for the pagan podcast known as Down at the Crossroads. I do believe that that's what it's called. Yes, Down at the Crossroads. Anyway, it is about traditional witchcraft, hence the name Besom, Stang and Sword. So very keen to get into that one. Then I got this little pair that I'm holding right here because the book club choice of book for this month was Weave the Liminal by Lara Tempest Zarcroft, which I'm having tremendous conflicts with and I'm slowly calming down on those conflicts, let me just say. But that's a story for another time. Nevertheless, this is Weave the Liminal and Sigil Witchery by the same author. So I wanted to have a good solid taste of the author and her style and her work and her vision, etc. So I bought two books at once. Okay, then as we know, we recently learned of the very sad passing of one of my favorite witchy authors, and that is Raven Grimacy, who was responsible for so many great books and who really contributed so much knowledge and wisdom and personal perspective to the craft. And so when I heard of his very sad passing, I went through my library here, my witchy library, and I noticed that I didn't have as many of his books that I used to have, and that is because I've moved around quite a bit over the years, and I've offloaded many of my old sort of 90s witch books to friends and retained only a small portion of that collection from the 90s. So some of his books, or one of his books, I still have. It's water damaged, it's really like decrepit looking, but I have it because I didn't want to let go of absolutely everything. Nevertheless, back to my story. When I heard of his sad passing, I jumped straight on Book Depository and I was like, I'm gonna go and acquire some of his books because it just felt like the right thing to do for me in that moment, and I can't explain why, but I did. Anyway, those books have arrived, and here we have them, and they are in no particular order. So the first one is Spirit of the Witch, and this is Keeper of the Doorway Between the World, and religion, spirituality and contemporary witchcraft is what that book pertains to. His newest book is this one here, Grimoire of the Thorn-Blooded Witch. Now, as it turns out, this one being as it is his most recent, I already had a copy of it, but I completely forgot that I had a copy of it, so I have 2 of these, so I'm going to give one away to someone in my book club. And then we have Communing with the Ancestors, Your Spirit Guides, Bloodline, Allies, and the Cycle of Reincarnation. I am excited to read this. I'm not so excited for the front cover. Just the front cover just doesn't speak to me. And then I have this one which I'm very excited about, and this is Old World Witchcraft. And I just love the mandrake on the front of it. And Ancient Ways for Modern Times is the tagline here. And it looks perfect. The cover is amazing. The title is amazing. It's just calling to me for some reason. And then we have Italian Witchcraft, which he was known for. And I'm very excited because he poured a lot of love and passion into talking about his legacy, his history, his heritage, and things of that nature. So yes, I went out and I binged on Raven Grimacy books. I'm sure you all have had that experience where you've just gone out and bought a bunch of books from the same author. I know I have. I've gone through so many phases with pagan authors, and I get really excited about things, and when I get really excited, I just have to have all of the things. That's just my way. All right then, beautiful souls, that was my most recent witchy book haul. I hope you did enjoy the look-see at some of the titles that I demonstrated. I would like to add this one here to the list as an honorable mention. It is from Scarlet Imprint, and I want to do a proper unveiling of that book because I've heard really good things about it, and it's probably going to be on the top of my reading list once I do unwrap it. So there we have it. Now I would love to hear from you about your most recent witchy book hauls. Have you binged on a particular author of late? Have you? It's okay if you have. It's okay. You're in a safe space here. Nevertheless, I'd love to hear what you're reading at the moment. What's on your reading list? Do you have a title that is most coveted, that is right up there, but you haven't been able to get a hold of? Because such times do transpire within the context of pagan literature. And I can't tell you how many times I've looked for a book online only to find that it is out of print, or you can only source it through a particular printing house, and they're out of print there as well, but it's coming. And so there are just times where you hear about these great books that really like tweak the curiosity and you can't get a hold of them. So if you've got one of those, I'd love to hear the title of that book. And so there you have it, beautiful souls. Nice, short and sweet little witchy book haul. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm keen to do more book reviews on my channel. So if you would like to see me do more book reviews, please do leave a comment below and say, yes, we would like to see that. Because I feel like I do go through quite a few books in my own way, in my own time, and I'm quite thoughtful about the books that I do read, and I can develop such passionate opinions about them that I'm a bit reluctant to share that kind of thing on my channel. But since we've recently talked about being critical about what we read in a constructive manner, I feel like that's probably something that I should be doing more of on my channel. Nevertheless, I'll leave that up to you. You tell me what you would like to see and I shall deliver. How about that? With all of that said and done, I am wishing you so much love, luck, peace and joy. Oh, and I forgot, I absolutely forgot. Did you know that Rachel Pollack has released her, I want to say it's either her 43rd or 48th book. It is out at this moment in time. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below, because I only found out about that this morning as I was scrolling through my emails, and I was like, ah! Being as I'm a big fan of Rachel Pollack, and we will be interviewing her on Spread This Witches in early April. I will leave the link to that little event in the description box below also, so don't forget about that one, because it is a true treasure to be able to have this experience. With all that said and done, I'm going to leave it with you now. Have an amazing day, and please do not forget to like, comment, and share this one around if it so inspires you to do so. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Mwah! Bye!